Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my Thursday series. I've decided I'm going to start calling this Thriller Thursdays, so welcome to Thriller Thursday. So today I'm going to be talking about a solved case, and this is the case on Valarie Graves. Before I start as well, I just want to say that I mean no offence by making these videos, I'm just doing it for sort of educational purposes and to make people aware of different cases. So Valarie Graves was born on the 25th of December on Christmas Day in 1958. She was a 55-year-old artist living in West Sussex in England. She was a mother to two older children, Tim and Jemima, who were old enough and had families of their own. Before moving to West Sussex, Valarie lived in Scotland for 10 years, where she had her own arts gallery and studio.
A big kid, really. She wasn't the most serious person. She liked to mess around. Very nice, kind, loving.
Excellent mother, great grandmother.
So during Christmas time of 2013, Valarie, her sister Janet, Janet's partner Nigel and their mum Eileen were all house sitting for a friend. So the house that they were house sitting for was worth £1.6 million, and the friends who owned the house were going to be away for the whole of Christmas break, so decided to ask Valarie and her family to stay there while they were gone. So Valarie and her family stayed there for a couple of weeks over Christmas, celebrated Christmas there and Valarie's birthday, which was on Christmas Day, and also had a few friends over on a few different occasions. They were having a really nice time, and December 29th started off no different. On that day, Valarie spent the whole day with her sister Janet and mum Eileen and just relaxed and didn't do much, just spent some nice quality time together. Later that night, the whole family were just sat around watching telly together as they normally would, and then went off to their own separate bedrooms to go to sleep. Valarie was sleeping in her own bedroom on the ground floor, and this room had two patio doors at the back of it which led on to the back garden. So everyone went to sleep and then woke up the next morning on the 30th of December as normal.
Came down in the morning for breakfast. Jan was already down there in the kitchen, and we noted that the bedroom door where Valarie was sleeping was open. We didn't really raise any alarm at that stage, obviously, but because Jan's mother had been ill prior to Christmas, and we thought that she may have spent the night with in her mother's bedroom just to look after her. So that was our first thought. I went off to the farm shop to get some provisions for breakfast, and it wasn't until I came back and there was a paramedic there that I personally was alerted to it.
Valarie's sister Janet had noticed that she was still asleep and hadn't actually come out of her room yet, so she went in to check on her. So Janet went into Valarie's room and actually found her dead on the bed, and this was under blatant suspicious circumstances. Valarie had severe face and head injuries, and they also realised that the patio doors leading onto the back garden were unlocked. There was no sign of an object that may have been used to murder Valarie in the room, so they thought that the murderer would have taken it with them. But it was obvious that whatever was used to do this was a blunt and heavy object. They couldn't tell if anything had been stolen from the house, and they didn't actually think it had been, which made them question if this was an intended murder. So according to Valarie's family, she didn't have any sort of enemies or anyone that would have benefit from her being gone. Even her ex-husband, who she was on good terms with, couldn't think of anyone. It did seem very random, but then again they were staying in a £1.6 million house, so it could have just been a burglary gone wrong. They could have tried entering through the patio doors and then seen Valarie, which obviously led to this. Some people believe that this may have been an intended attack for the homeowners, and they didn't actually realise that they weren't going to be there and that the house was being looked after by another family. She may have been murdered while she was still asleep, as there was no sign of a struggle. She had no scratches on her or no DNA under her fingernails, so this may have been unexpected. Valarie may have actually known the person who did attack her and let them in with her guard down, unexpecting this from them, and it may have been a surprise attack. Police began collecting all the evidence that they could straight away, but there wasn't actually that much that they could find. The police also interviewed family members and neighbours, but no one saw or heard anything suspicious. A few days after the search began, police believe that they actually found the murder weapon. 600 metres away from where Valarie was murdered in the house, a claw hammer was found on the floor in a farm. When investigating the weapon with Valarie's injuries, it actually turned out to be an exact match. They did some DNA testing on the weapon, which they did actually find, but unfortunately it was too small to determine who it was from, and the only thing they found out about this was that the attacker was male. On January 14th, 2014, a local man was actually arrested in connection with the murder. He was taken into the police station and questioned, but was quickly ruled out as a suspect. So after this, the case pretty much went silent until November 2014, nearly a year after the attack, when police decided to do some more DNA testing on the weapon with some more sort of up-to-date technology. And they did actually find a bit more, but unfortunately it was still too small to identify who it was. In January 2015, police decided to do a voluntary DNA screening where local men over the age of 17 could come and volunteer their DNA in order to be ruled out from the suspect list. They do this to rule out a larger group of men in the community so they can focus on a smaller group. Although the screening was to eliminate some men, it still didn't really come of anything. So since this murder has happened, over 10,000 men have been questioned and nothing really came of it. Also, a £10,000 reward was on offer for anyone to give any sort of information that would lead to the main suspect. But most recently, towards the end of 2019, a Romanian man with the name of Cristian Sabu, I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure, pleaded guilty to this murder and actually has been jailed for life. He told the court that he entered the house intending to commit burglary, expecting the house to be empty. He thought this as he did actually work at the house and did a few sort of odd jobs throughout the last couple of months. The court was informed that a safe in the house contains a large amount of money, which was obviously why Christian wanted to burgle this house. When he entered the home, Christian found Valarie and attacked her. He struck her with the hammer, causing really bad head and face injuries as she tried to defend herself. And that is everything on this case. So this case has obviously been solved at the end of last year. If you enjoy these sort of solved cases, let me know in the comments down below, or any other cases you'd like me to cover, and I'm sure I'll be happy to. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one.